For August, my JRPG plans were pretty straightforward. I was big into the game I was playing and received the next one I wanted to play early in the month, so it was mostly a matter of doing those things and having as much fun as possible, which I did, along with fitting in a little post-game of another thing I love as something extra that gives me a few things to talk about here. We're about to get into some mammoth months that will probably see me playing even more, but for now, let's get into the JRPGs I played in August. In an incredibly easy JRPG of the Month decision, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 won me over in August thanks to its gripping story and equally engaging gameplay, so much so that I just made a very positive review on it and actively miss the experience whenever I edit something about it. Last month I said I hoped it would keep delivering, and it really did as I kept playing in my 80-hour journey. The story heated up with plenty of twists that eventually got me to not want to put it down, the class system only got more interesting as I discovered the joy of hero quests, and the cinematic scenes all made it feel so perfect, whether it was in a comedy moment or one that made me sob at 2 in the morning. It really was everything I could have wanted from it and more, with its massive world and the many ways to get to know it more, and you bet I'm excited for its future with the DLC it's supposed to get, as since Monolith Soft always seems to deliver strongly with these series, so I'm already excited to get into another great experience in this world, even if we have to wait a little. If you haven't checked out my review yet, feel free to give that a look if you want to know my thoughts in more detail, but overall, it was a wonderful game worth every hour spent, a Game of the Year contender, and one of the best JRPGs I've played in recent times that I'm sure to remember for a while. Another one of my recent videos was about Soul Hackers 2, Atlus's latest JRPG from the Shin Megami Tensei series, and since then I must have put another 20 hours into it during August, earning more demons, dungeon crawling, and having fun in its demon-filled version of Tokyo. The characters are actually growing on me too, surprisingly not because of their individual dungeons that reveal important details about them, but more due to hangout events at the bar where you can have interesting chats with them. I probably already made enough Persona comparisons in my impressions video, but it really is scratching my itch for social mechanics in a new way, with these characters being older than the high school group of Persona, and looser when talking about everything from psychology to expensive wine that has the atmosphere of the world feel very much like new friends saving the world together, which is making for a pretty fun experience that I'm happy to keep playing. These are already some updated thoughts on my Soul Hackers 2 experience that have me excited to finish it and see how I feel about it at the end, especially as I feel like I'm moving beyond just enjoying it for its similarities to Persona and enjoying the conveniences and little things that are more unique to it. I'll be continuing my playthrough in September and look forward to seeing it through as I keep discovering the interesting world this dungeon crawler has to offer. The final game I played in August was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, a game I had hoped to jump back into after freeing up my Switch again, and I did after I finished Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I brought it with me to work one day to play in my free time and got a good extra hour into it where I spent my post-game money and enjoyed a nice lunch break with it. Being completely honest though, I enjoyed playing with it that day but didn't feel the urge to bring it with me the next, especially as I got further into Soul Hackers 2 in terms of my JRPG time and into smartphone rhythm game events during my work breaks as usual, and feel like I'd rather jump back in when I'm completely free between JRPGs, which I'm not totally sure when that will be at this point, which means I find it hard to find where an extra JRPG would fit into my life at the moment. Also, I can't help but wonder if there will be a better time to jump back into 3 Hopes, like if DLC is announced or something like that, and I feel similar to the way I feel about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 right now that I've put it down, in the sense that I'm done with it and will play more at the time extra content comes out. I'm not saying that definitively, as I really would like to have finished all the routes at some point, but for now, with so much coming out throughout the rest of the year, I can't see it being a priority for me, so unless some new content tempts me into playing it more, I might be leaving myself happy with the playthroughs I've already done. I have to remind myself that those playthroughs are no small feat, with my total playtime being over 80 hours, and I'm glad I did put it down when I did, as I would have missed Xenoblade 3, or at least not had the time to binge it during some vacation time that helped me get so into it. So in the end, I still look back at Fire Emblem 3 Hopes as a great game I'm glad to have put a decent chunk of time into, and hope graces my Switch again sometime, as I'll be leaving it alone for a bit to make way for the other releases coming out this year. When it comes to September, I knew early on I wouldn't have time to play everything, as between the West and Japan's release calendar of JRPGs, the month is chock full of things that means picking and choosing is very much required, and for me, my own picking and choosing was fairly easy this month considering the series of the main release I want to play. Trails from Zero officially comes out on September 27th, and is finally filling the Crossbell arc blank for fans of the series on modern consoles. This will be my first time venturing backwards in the Trails series, and it being on consoles I use daily makes it very easy to do so after a good experience with The Legend of Naita recently, I'm very happy to get back into it, and since it's probably a big game, I'm pretty sure this will be taking up a lot of my time, so I hope the story makes it well worth it. Assuming Trails from Zero does take a bit of time, I don't think I'll have time to play other releases I'm interested in playing in full this month, with those being the DioField Chronicle, which some of you guys said seems good and is coming out on the 22nd, and Adventure Academia that I saw in a Famitsu a while ago and is coming out in Japan this month and the West sometime this year. I'm considering at least trying the demos for these so I can enjoy them in a smaller way in September, so hopefully I'll get to that in the lead up to Trails from Zero. They're also quite different games, so I think that will make for some good variety in my September games, and I'll be sure to talk about both of them if I get to them. Aside from that, I'll be spending my time finishing Soul Hackers 2, and in my breaks also watching some of the game conferences streaming throughout the month as TGS month is upon us. A few I've written down that I want to watch are the NIS Showcase this week, the Ryuga Gotoku sneak peek stream, and most importantly, Gust's announcement of a new game that I'm very excited to see. I don't know if I'll be making a video on any of these things, but I'm sure I'll talk about them on social media at the very least, so feel free to follow me there, and I hope we can look forward to some exciting announcement to add to an already busy and exciting year. As usual, I hope everyone plays things they enjoy and isn't overwhelmed too much by everything coming out, and I hope we can enjoy another good month of good games to play and hear about as we get ready for one of the most exciting months for JRPGs and JRPG news. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you played in August and what you plan to play this month. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!